Alright, what's up everybody? It's your boy Akeen. Welcome to today's second blog. Here to talk about the Russell Athletic Bowl today at 5:30 between number 10 North Carolina against number 17 Baylor. And I think I'm going to like this game a lot. I'm going to start things off with the Tar Heels. They had a great season led by quarterback Marquise Williams, who should have been the ACC Player of the Year had it not been for Deshaun Watson of Clemson. He had a spectacular season, the Davey O'Brien winner given to the nation's top quarterback. But let's talk about Marquise Williams. He had a spectacular season in his senior campaign, 2,829 yards passing, 21 touchdowns, and 9 interceptions. But he also collaborated well at the running the football as well, second in the team with 867 yards on the ground and 11 rushing touchdowns. Now he actually had this team come close in the ACC championship against number 1 Clemson. Now starting off the season for UNC, they had a loss in the first game of the year against South Carolina, but then won 11 straight and then lost in the ACC title matchup, and that was a tough loss. Now for Baylor, they had a couple of unfortunate events this season. This year they did go 9-3 overall. Now they've had many issues at quarterback because they actually had to rely up to their 4th string quarterback. They started off the season with Seth Russell, who was actually one of the good candidate for this year's Heisman Trophy. Then he was out for the remainder of the season. Then they had to go with the 2nd string quarterback and Jared Stidham, and he was hurt. Then they went with the 3rd string quarterback and Chris Johnson. Then he was hurt in the Texas Longhorn matchup, and they had to actually go with Lance Hawthorne as their 4th string quarterback, which was a lot of unfortunate events, like I said. Now in this matchup, Chris Johnson will get to start in the helm at quarterback because Jared and Seth are out for the remainder of the season. Chris Johnson did display a couple of good passes in the Oklahoma State game and help this team prevail with a victory over the Cowboys. Now this is going to be a good matchup for everybody to watch, and the key for North Carolina is to establish the running game that they have been doing this season with Elijah Hood. He's the key in their offense, in my opinion, to help set up the pass and help spread the offense, to help the defense respect their team respectively offensively. Because of Elijah Hood's power running, he's definitely a great running back. He has over 1,300 yards on the ground as a freshman, and he is going to be that key factor for the offense next year because Marquise Williams is going to be out because he is a senior this season. Now for Baylor, they're just going to have to play steady and focused football. I mean, they just really need to just establish the run with Johnny Jefferson. Shock Linwood is actually not going to play in this matchup. Johnny Jefferson is going to be needed a lot in this matchup to help things out for Chris Johnson to spread his offense respectively. And they also going to have to play without their star wide receiver and Corey Coleman. He actually declared himself for the 2016 NFL Draft, which means KD Cannon and Jay Lee is definitely going to have to step it up in this matchup in the receiving core to help out Chris Johnson, and I think that Chris Johnson can lead this team to a victory in this one. Now defensively, going for North Carolina, they have a good player in the defensive back position in MJ Stewart, 4 interceptions and 13 pass breakups this season despite missing 2 games. Now for Baylor, I do like a sophomore secondary player as well in Xavier Howard, who has 5 interceptions and 9 pass breakups this season as well. And let's not forget about Spencer Drangle, the offensive lineman for the Baylor Bears. He is the top prospect of this game to watch for this matchup. Now for my prediction, I'm actually going to have to go with North Carolina in this one because they have too many weapons offensively, but Baylor can pull off the upset, but their team is too much beaten up. They lost. They don't have Shock Linwood. Their quarterback is a little bit shaky, but with Chris Johnson coming back, I believe he had a concussion in the game against my Longhorns, in which they lost at the end of the season. So I'm going to have to go with the Tar Heels over the Baylor Bears in this matchup. Now, the next time I'm going to catch you guys will be in a couple of minutes. I have 6 more blogs for today. Thank you for watching this blog. I'm your man, Akeen McCall. Be easy.